again, that's why I go out in the middle of the night, because again, they're not moving; they're asleep. And if we take damselflies, for instance, even if you disturb them and wake them up, they can't fly away because they're too cold. They'll literally just they'll just sit there. And I'm thinking from the insect's point of view, it must be really scared. Because you get this big light all of a sudden comes on to you, and it's sitting there. It's like, oh my God, what's that? I'm too cold to fly away. I better just keep still so it don't see me.
Yeah.
And but I mean, they must be really bricking it, when these photographers are taking these shots of them, But again, they're too cold to move about. I mean, the most you'll get is, for instance, with the damselflies, you might get them move their front paw. They might wipe the dew off the eyes, which can ruin a shot sometimes, because then you got dew on one eye and not on the other eye. They do move, but it's very minimum, it's minimum.
I mean, one of the things I've heard in the past is that, people tend to freeze, like butterflies, for example. So it doesn't make any sense to then, shoot only.
I mean, I won't say I've never photographed dead insects. I've photographed my dead pets. So I did one with my praying mantis. I had him, praying mantis, they only live a year. I had him for a year. He wouldn't keep still for photo. So when he died, it was an opportunity to get a photo. But again, he died of old age. So I haven't killed him and put him in the freezer, But it's the only image I've got of him that was good, because praying mantises, they like to mimic a leaf in the wind. So they're constantly moving around like this, So you never get a shot of them, But yeah, when it comes to killing I won't say no to photographing dead insects, because again, you can find them naturally dead in the wild. I found a dragonfly once that was lying in the pool, and you could see all of the critters coming. It's like a race coming. Oh, lunchtime, I'm like, grab that, and I'll take a picture of it. I never published it though, because I didn't feel the challenge was there, because it was dead, And if I'm going to get a dragonfly image like the image I got in my head of the dew-covered dragonfly in the morning light, I want it to be alive in the morning light. It's a challenge that I've accepted, and I didn't publish the image because it was like cheating in a way.
I guess you can find that, like, what do they call blue bottle flies or something around the house. They use them as practice objects. That's probably
okay. If you want to practice, go out and buy a Lego set. That's just the way I feel. Yeah, I have a Lego Batman. I use them quite often for testing. I think they're up on my shelf. I use them for testing diffraction on lenses. I use them for testing high ISO. How high can I go in the ISO on the camera before it becomes a concern? If you want to test or practice on an insect, go to your window ledge. You'll find dead flies on there quite often, where flies only live 2 days, but don't purposely capture a living creature and kill it just for you to practice your photography. In my eyes, it's wrong. Now, I won't judge you for doing it. If you want to go do it. I'm not one of them people that will go castrate you because you've gone and done this. I'm not going to be doing that, but that's just my personal opinion. A lot of people that do high magnification photography, like with microscope lenses, they have to use dead insects, okay? Because it's the only way to get the shot. And again, you go do that if you wish to, but personally, I won't do that.
And if you are into Lego and you want to see how to shoot Lego in toy photography, hop over to the Platypus YouTube channel, where I've just finished a whole series on Lego specific things.
I'll be going there in the winter, because I might do some toy photography in the winter, because I've got to do something for the YouTube.
Oh yeah,
I've got to hit that YouTube algorithm, so we have to do something in the winter,
I mean,
apart from going out and freezing my nuts off, which will be funny for a video. Apart from that, I'm thinking toy photography would be a good idea.
Yeah, toy photography is really fun. I mean, it's I've had a whole bunch of toy photographers on the show in the past. Dave the Bearmaker, Jesse Fireeisen, I've always been on the subject.
Jesse's brilliant. He really is.
Jesse is phenomenal. Dave DeBearmaker's his the effort he puts into building dioramas is just it's a whole different.
It's a whole of a skill level. Just building the dioramas itself, you know. I won't be taking it to that extreme. I'm leaning towards either Star Wars or Alien. I'm leaning towards Alien. I'll be honest with you. It's like spider images. It's more creepier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you know, when Larry said to me, "Can you put together a toy photography series, you know, based on Lego in particular?" I went, "Okay, well, Lego Star Wars it is." There you go. You know,
yeah, I've got Lego Batman personally.
Yeah, but you know, it's interesting because first of all, you know, everybody it's very accessible. I think you know everybody's got, especially if you have kids.
You can go to a supermarket and get just the Lego figure for maybe £10. You go and put that onto your desk and you can practice focus stacking. So you practice on the tripod first, focus stack. When you get a good focus stack of that Lego figure on a tripod, then take your camera off the tripod and do it again handheld, you know? Once you've got a handheld focus stack of that Lego figure, you go out and do it in the wild. You know, it's natural progression. But if you want to practice Lego figures, man, they're great for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's you know, in the Lego series that I've just finished on Platypod, you know, I went into everything from we discussed focus stacking on there. But we also did things like special effects, for example, you know, a whole different range of, you know, different things. We're talking about dioramas, different background ideas, you know, using screens and actually building dioramas and using things you find on a walk in the woods, you know, to build your scenes, you know, all the things you need, you know, to create some really cool images and to be creative. We sort of covered in this, is it eight episodes in this series, including stop motion.
Yeah. So, again, you can do that in the winter as well, you know. Yeah. We can do it all year round. You know?
Exactly.
So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's a good way to practice macro photography. And
thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that clip, then press here for the full episode in glorious Technicolor. Hey, and don't forget to subscribe.